All right. Thank you so much
Hello.
for sitting down and talking to us. We are here with Fernando Sosa. So I thought of just starting with Salsa Nama.
Yes.
We had a workshop this morning
Yes.
where you talked about the Salsa Nama concept. So I just wanted to ask you, how did it come about? What does Salsa Nama mean to you, and why are you so passionate about this thing you've created?
This concept, this Salsa Nama style. Well, first thing, hello everyone, and sorry for my English for all the interview. When I can't, I speak Spanish, and you help me, or you help me with the English. So nothing. Salsa Nama is an idea because I love the real style of salsa. For me, real style of salsa is the salsa streets without rules is not correct, but less technique and more passion, more interpretation, more follow the music. Now we have in this moment in 2019, we have really amazing competitions around the world with salsa technique really high, dancers, top dancers. So we arrived. So 20 years ago, when the movement started in the salsa movement, salsa war started in Europe, I don't think 20 years later to see in the top of the world this amazing word, salsa world. Now, Jennifer Lopez with Ricardo Karen and many people from television, movie or programs. Everyone knows now about salsa. Okay, so we arrive at a really good level. And thanks to the competitions and technique and flips and tricks and So I think something different 5 years ago, and I say, okay, we can't lose the rise, the secret, the passion. So I start to, I saw a battle in a discotheque, in a nightclub, in a salsa nightclub in Cordoba, Argentina. I saw a battle, 1 versus 1, salsa and something, breakdance style or hip hop style. And I say, okay, I wanna try to do something with this, with 1 versus 1, And I create a brand, the name Salsa Nama. I create the brand. I create the rules, the qualifications, the publicity for the world. And 4 or 5 years later, we are in every place on the world now with the qualification. So now it's first time in Australia with Salsa Nama. So I'm really, really happy because it's so far and it's special for me.
Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing. And it's really just watching today during the workshop, and there's more competitions coming up tonight. It's amazing how it does allow people to come back to, the very essence.
Yes, exactly. Essence. This is a good word.
Essence.
Essence.
Of what we all knew salsa to be before it became so perfect in a way with the competitions. Right. And so what are your thoughts for people? So while it's amazing and people are loving it, people find it confronting to dance in front of someone, especially while they are watching and not dancing as well.
Yes, it's adrenaline.
The adrenaline and the stress. What's your advice to people who are experiencing that either in the Salsa Nama format or on the dance floor themselves?
First thing, the Salsa Nama concept is for follow the music and interpretation of the music. If you don't want to do a competition, you can do better in the social dance. When you let go of your partner and you in this your time to do the interpretation, this is for me Salsa Nama moment. It's not every time competition. It's face to face with your partner in the social dance. And in this moment, you need to try the music. How is the secret? I don't have the secret, but the good way to follow for me is half basic steps, 50% basic steps, 50% musicality. What is musicality? When you know the music and you follow the word of the singer, the chorus, the trumpet, the percussions, the tips, the beats. This is the musicality. Maybe you have your personal musicality, I have my personal musicality, and my musicality is different like you. But musicality, but 50%, 50% basic steps for me. For me, basic steps is the most important thing for salsa world.
Okay, so we might go back a little bit.
Yes.
And we'll just jump around. So you live in Italy.
Yes.
In Milan.
Correct.
And you moved to Italy when you were 15.
Yes, 14, 15. 14, 15 in Italy. 14 moved Uruguay to Italy.
Okay, so tell me about that. How did you end up in Italy? Why did you end up moving?
I moved to Italy because my mom lived there years before than me. And I'm born in Uruguay, South America. I love music, dance, salsa too, and, rhythms, Latin rhythms. But never I think to arrive to this moment, to this Fernando Sosa today, right? I start with the soccer. Many guys in Uruguay play soccer, okay? And I moved to Italy with the first dream, like to play soccer. And I have a good opportunities, but it's a difficult way. With like dance weight is a difficult weight, soccer weight is a difficult weight. Something doesn't work, and I'm start to dance in Italy. So I follow my teacher in Italy, Alberto Valdez, is from Cuba, and he bring me to Cuba for the first time. I went to Cuba 3 times. He bring me for the first time to Cuba, and in this trip, something really changed inside me. And I understand in this trip, I think 97, I understand in this trip, okay, I want to do this in my life.
So you knew then that this is what you wanted to do?
Yes, I understand.
And how old were you at the time?
19 to 20, because 97, I 77. So 19 to do 20.
Okay. Wow.
Yes.
That's early to find out what you want to do for the rest of your life.
Yes, but I understand. I think one of my positive, keys or something in my life is when I want something, I fight for this. And when I understand I want this, I fight a lot in my life. Love, friends, family, work, same thing. So when I understand, okay, I want this, I start to take lessons to understand, okay, this is my way. Okay, what do you do? LA style, go to Los Angeles to take lessons. What do you do? Puerto Rican style, go to Puerto Rico to take lessons. Do you like New York style, jazz, hip hop, this one? Go to New York to take lessons. And many years, I'm travel a lot, many trips to take lessons for my career.
And so what do you think, if you were to split yourself between talent and hard work, what is your ratio?
Well, I spoke many times with my students, with my group about this question. This question is an amazing question because I write something special about this because talent is important, but discipline more. So if you have a talent and that's it, and you don't have discipline, you don't have head, you're not as a serious artist, serious person, you don't arrive. You can have 100% talent, you can arrive. If you have no less talent, but half talent and discipline 100%, you can arrive. I understand it. I'm 42 years and I understand this. I understand when I was 30, but I understand this. So if you have talent and discipline, nobody can stop you, for sure.
And so Alberto Valdez was your first instructor?
Yes. He's father and teacher and everything in my life.
So he was a big influence, obviously, on your career. So
in my life, not just teacher and that's it, like a father, he showed me the way. He showed me you need to do this. Before is a person, second is a dancer. You need to do before good person, after good dancer.
And what do you think is it about you that he chose to help you and mentor you?
It's a good question because when he chose me, in this specific moment, 98, after 97, after 1 year, Cuba, take lessons, 1 year, he chose me for his professional group. Okay, the name is Otra Idea, another thing, Otra Idea, no? And every person of this group is from Cuba, except me, from Uruguay. And I remember, because over 20 years ago, many big dancers for this time, 98, 99, say, Alberto, why do you take this guy from Uruguay? He's younger, he don't have experience. We have experience. And he said, now he don't have experience, but I have a vision and I know I'm right, you know?
Wow.
And he watched something inside me before every person. He watched long. I don't know,
Yeah.
but perfect.
And now that you are in a position to mentor and coach other people,
Yes.
what did you learn from him that's helping you coach the next person?
I think nothing from the specific. I think I follow this man in every part of his life, because in this moment when I cross him in a festival, I take lesson with him because, it's energy for me. I understand many small things for 20 years ago about life, about respect the other people, about correct jobs and good friendships. Speak well with your students, do this, good life, no drugs, no alcohol. So he showed me the really way. So in my second part of career, when I start to do a teacher, I start to help many young dancers, many new dancers. If I think now in my career, in 20 past years, like professional, I did many things for new generation. I helped many dancers to go up. I don't know why. Maybe it's thanks to him, because he showed me this.
And you mentioned that you being from Uruguay and the rest of the team being from Cuba was a big deal.
Yes, his team.
Yeah, his team
Yes.
was a big deal. I wanted to ask you, I know sometimes there's controversy in the salsa scene around the Afro
Yes.
dance and Afro movement that is performed by non-Cuban dancers. And I guess what I wanted to hear your thoughts, but also for students and dancers who are training and are dedicating time to Afro dancing, what would you say to them? What can they do to try and do the right thing, but also continue their training?
We have a specific moment in the salsa Afro-Cuban world, salsa world, because we have a mix. I don't know if it's good or not, because people from the Afro world don't want to mix, because for me, Afro is the ballet of the Caribbean rhythms, okay? Because you need technique to dance Afro, okay? So 20 years ago, 15 years ago, maybe my answer for you said, okay, take lessons of Afro and put your Afro move. In this moment, for me, you need many lessons, and you be careful with the Afro word, because, you go inside a hot territory, okay? So many people in this moment put in his choreos in the mix. Now is the new style for the new generations is Afro Mambo. The people from Mambo put a lot Afro. Wait, you need to not to take like 3 lessons of Afro and I put a 1 step. Afro is a difficult word. You need to take years of lessons. I know many big dancers from Afro, and they continues to take lessons. And when I speak with them, he said, okay, I need more. You need more? I said, you need more? Okay, think to the other rest of the world. Okay, so in this moment, for me, we need to respect, because we understand the people from the Afro want his special respect, his place. So we need to respect this. You can put a fusion move, similar Afro, because we don't have just Afro-Yoruba or Afro-Cuban, or we have Afro-contemporary, Afro from Africa, Afro from France. We have different Afro. So we can put in a choreo with a move like a Afro-contemporary. We can put. But be careful with you mix Cuban Afro, and I take 3 lessons in my life. So the Afro need a respect.
Okay, so...
And choose a good teacher to understand. This is the most important thing in every rhythm.
So you are obviously known to be a very good instructor, and you possess a rare combination of performer, instructor, school owner, artist. So before we talk about the others, what for you makes a good instructor? How do you define it?
Because we have social medias now. So 15 years ago, if you live in Sydney and you can see the rest of the world. And I arrived to Sydney and I said, I'm dance Afro. You believe me because you can see the rest of the world. Now do you have a phone and you can watch and you can take the text and you can watch what the people said and you can fly, you can watch people directly from Cuba, directly from New York. So now it's easier to know who is the big master. So my advice in this moment is if you want to take really lesson with a real master and this master don't live in your city, fly to the specific place to take a specific lessons. This is for me really important, okay? To take the special classes. Afro is difficult. No, every person can do Afro. So I don't know if in Australia, I don't live here. I don't know if you guys have big teachers of Afro. In Italy, for sure, because many people from Cuba, really good teachers, moved to Italy. So we have many good teachers in Italy, okay? But I think you need to fly if you want the specific masters. But we spoke about Afro, but salsa is the same thing. Hip hop is the same thing.
So if someone, listening is an instructor, what qualities do you think they should be developing, both dance related and other qualities that make, a good instructor? I think sometimes there's a feeling that being an instructor comes, last. If you can dance, then you can teach. And that's not always the case.
But it's different words.
It's very different.
Yes.
And so I think there needs to be more respect for good instructors and the skills involved in being an instructor. So what would you recommend that instructors do to develop themselves as teachers and as coaches?
Remember one thing. I play soccer, no? I love soccer. Maradona is best player in the history. He's not a good technique manager. You know what I mean? So maybe you are a best player, but when you need to do a manager of your personal team, you're not at the best. So maybe on stage, you are the best dancers, but with the people, you're not at the best teacher. So for me, if you want to follow this way, like a teacher's way, you need to understand people in front of you. You need to understand, you need to speak well. You need to understand the communication. You need to understand when you move your hands and move your body inside the lessons, people need to understand. Example, I don't speak really well English, but in my lessons, I try to do my best with the energy, hands, movements. When I can't say something in English, I do with my, body, arms. This is part of the teacher's world. Okay, you need to understand this. You need to take many lessons before you start to teach. You need to take many lessons with big masters because somebody need to show you the way. Many people, I think in Sydney, in Italy, in Milan, in Uruguay, in every place, take 3 lessons and open a school or I'm a teacher. So I'm a teacher with 42 years and I continue to take lessons to understand different things. And every year I'm changed. Every year I say, okay, wow, last year I teach in one way. Now I change something because I understand many new things. And I'm 42 and I take lessons for 25 years. Imagine. I know the business, I know the money, like every person wants the money, and maybe you are a good businessman. Maybe your job before the salsa world is marketing or something like that, and you open a big school and you can do lessons 5 days a week and you don't have time to take lessons for you, you're not a teacher. This is my opinion.
And at your school, you teach beginners classes yourself?
Yes, for sure.
So talk about why is that? Why do you choose to take all the beginners classes rather than having...
Because I like start from the beginning with my personal students. I have 35 teachers in my academy. My academy is Salsa Academy, one of the biggest in the world, I think. 35 teachers, and imagine like around 20 is for Latin world. The rest is, ballet, hip hop, flamenco, pole dance, and whatever. So I love the beginners. I love the beginners. One class every season, I'm starting new class of the beginning because, it's my personal students and they go up with me. Other beginners do the lesson with my dancers, my people from Tropical Jam. But for me, it's really important. But because I like, and it's important for the academy because, it's, you come to the Sosa Academy and maybe you don't know me. Maybe, yes, you start your first lesson of salsa, you hear my name, I want Sosa. This is important too.
And do you think you can tell in a beginner's class who's
Yes.
going to be a good dancer? Or do you think you can never know how people develop, how much people train? What's been your experience?
No, different opinions because when the people start the first lessons, when somebody is really, I don't know what to say in English, when you start and I can see your talent from the beginning, maybe I can see in 1 or 3 persons say, okay, he can do well, she can do well, all right? But many persons is a really surprise. I watch many dancers in my life. When they start, I say, okay, nothing. And maybe, I don't know, 2 years later, they change a lot. Because every person is different, but in every word arrive one specific moment and you need to choose in your life. I wanted this and something changed. And so I wanted this and every day to practice, every day to do salsa because I want to arrive there. And these people go outside the box. Don't follow the millions peoples. And this is the difference.
And so coming back, you traveled in the US.
Yes.
And you met Rafael Gonzalez.
Yes, in Italy.
You met in Italy.
In Italy. He's from Cuba, but we meet in Italy because Alberto Valdez take him for the group.
Okay.
So I meet him inside of the Alberto's group.
Okay. And so tell me about that. Again, you developed a good relationship.
Yes.
And he was a big influence in your life as well.
Yes.
So tell us about that.
Because before me, he was a younger boy of the group. He has 4 years older than me, Rafa. But Alberto is like 10, 12, and the other dancers too. So remember, I started with 19. So Alberto 30, 31, another person same age, and Rafael 23, 24. I don't remember in this moment. So when I come inside the group, I take a good relationship with him because, he's younger than the other people. And we start and, we follow the energy. I start to follow him because he's the young of the group, but really amazing dancer. He teach me many things. I start to follow him. And in 2000, we opened our group, Tropical Jam. Yes.
Okay. And just on your acting
Yes.
experience.
Yes.
So you've been in several movies.
Yes.
The latest movie is called Latin Dream.
The Latin Dream. Yes.
And so how did this passion for, acting and film develop? And what do you see yourself doing more?
Yes.
Acting, where is this going?
First thing is to do something different because, adrenaline. It's like salsa normal. All the time I follow in everything, short films, competitions, new choreo, in a big trip. I don't know, something to put adrenaline in my life to move on, I don't know in English they say, but in Spanish say a sentence is, arrive is easy. Stay there is really difficult.
Yes.
Okay, I don't know in English,
Yes,
but
similar.
in Spanish makes sense, in Italian makes sense,
Yeah.
no? And so I need a really adrenaline because my group arrived really fast, 2000. But I understand, okay, now to stay there, I need to fight a lot. But 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4, every human can, tire it. So you need the adrenaline. So I'm a person, I need adrenaline to move on. I start to write a short movie. This short movie developing one long movie, and we did in Milan 4 years ago. You can find if you go to my Instagram, Fernando Sosa Tropical Jam, do you have histories? The histories change on 24 hours, but do you have specific histories?
The highlight.
The highlight.
Yeah.
We have a link with the English subtitles and Spanish subtitles, the movie The Latin Dream, so you can find. And it's an amazing job because it's my movie. I write the movie, I follow the movie. The director is my friend from Argentina, is Luis Medina, and my business partner do the coordination, the organization of the movie. Every dancer from Italy, Michael Fons, Pablito Su Mezcla Latina, Full Project, Jesus Aponte, Chiquito, Adolfo, many dancers inside there. So they help me to do, because it's very expensive to do a movie. But I think we can, because the people respect me. And this is, for me, is amazing, because my way is correct, because these people follow me. After the Latin Dream, we did a short film with my daughter. My daughter do acting too. So we do a short film. The name is Sola, Alone. But I did the back of the camera, so director of this short movie. In the starring is my sister and my daughter. After this, I did another short film in Argentina. The name is like Good Luck. Okay, you can find it in YouTube. It's 5 minutes short film, and I spoke about the finish of the artist world. And now, in last January, in Argentina too, with my daughter, together with me, we recording a new short film, 31 minutes. So it's a half movie. It's 35 minutes. The name is Without You, but it's not ready. We are in post-production. And for me, it's really, I don't know, if you ask me, when do you want to arrive? I don't know. Maybe just YouTube, maybe Netflix. I don't know, but you need to try. You need to try for adrenaline, so to do something good for your work, to do something different. Because, I dance. I remember when I tell you, I'm arrived really fast, and I stayed there. Tropical in 2020 have 20 years. 20 years there. Pressure, same place. But after Latin Congress, after you win the competition, after you do this, that, we don't have another step. So I need to do different things to continue my life. Because I don't know what it's saying in English, same thing every day. You say, okay, so I need different things to move on.
And the movie, particularly Latin Dream, has helped salsa become more mainstream, because non-salsa people see it. So more people are learning about Latin dance.
I hope in Italy, all salsa schools of people really good. Around the world is difficult, because you need to invest millions
Promotion.
in publicity.
Yeah.
So, and we don't have in this moment, but maybe for the second one, because in my life, 2021, I want to do the second one.
People were watching it in Australia, so we were watching it here. And I remember hearing Eddie Torres say once that he really wanted salsa and mambo to have a Broadway production.
Yes.
That was one of his goals. Obviously, that hasn't.
We need to dream. We need to try.
Do you think you might be the one to do that?
Yes, why not?
Why not?
Why not?
That's right.
We need to try. When Ataca Jorge Ataca, no? He did a movie.
Yes.
In Shine.
Shine, yes.
He spoke me before the trailer, what do you think, Fernando? Amazing, man. And I support him, and he support me, because it's our world.
Yes.
So if somebody else do a movie or a short film or something, we need to support. Because, salsa world, we are millions persons now. We have millions persons around the world. Because in 20 years, I don't know, I go to China, Singapore, Germany, Australia, New Zealand, have salsa. You say New Zealand, China? Yes. Salsa is in everywhere now. But if you don't like salsa, you don't know this work.
That's right.
Besides, it's a specific word.
Yes.
So when somebody put something new for this world, Ricardo and Karen go to J-Lo program, okay? And he do really, really good. I'm sharp every video, because this is amazing for us. So we need to support. I know it's difficult when somebody else do a good job and you need to support, but it's important for the world, for the salsa world.
Yes, and you travel a lot. I was following your Instagram and I saw you were
Too much.
in Jerusalem on Monday.
Yes,
and
in
then
Australia.
And then I saw you in Italy on Tuesday, and I saw you in Brisbane, Australia on Thursday.
Correct.
And I'm sure that's how most of your weekends are. So speaking of...
After Australia, vacation with my family. So I'm really happy.
Perfect.
Yes.
So while you are working and traveling and running a school and making movies, how do you manage your time? How do you manage to have these various projects? Because I think a lot of people, listening, struggle with a simpler, smaller life. And so when you have to juggle these various components of being an artist and a performer and being on Instagram all the time and traveling and having a family and having a business.
I think I have one Fernando before my kids and one Fernando after my kids. Because before my kids, everything easier. Because one trip, 1 month, what happened? Okay, my wife can come with me, or, you can travel, you don't go back home. You sleep in Australia and you go to US to another job. After songs, after my child's, everything is different because I want to go back home. Because I miss them and I feel bad. So I don't work. So I need to move all in my life. So in this moment, everything is perfect because, after many years, my daughter have 14, Martin have 10, and Nahuel have 9. So I'm experienced now. First years, really difficult to change everything. Because now I wake up in the morning and I go to training. Or before Tropical Jam practice, I have 2 times a week with a personal trainer. Okay? 4 times a week morning with Tropical Jam practice, rehearsal. 1 time a week fighting with my personal trainer, another personal trainer. And this is every morning in the normal week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Okay? When I finish the practice, 3:30 in the afternoon, I go back home because my kids got outside school and we'll see in our house. We stay together all the afternoon, go to soccer, go to, park, wherever. After dinner, they go to sleep. I go to SOS Academy to teach because, people after work come to the lessons, 8, 9 in the night. I finish 12, 1, 2, depend the day. Next day, same thing. Friday, I flight. Sunday, yes, I go back home. This is normal season. Summer for me, when the SOS Academy is closed, like this moment, I can take long trips because I have more time to stay with them because SOS Academy is closed, so I can stay with them. They don't have school because they have vacation, so we have many time to stay together. Every festival in Italy, they come with me, so they are many time for me, so I can take Australia, Jerusalem, so long trips to stay outside my house. When in September start the season with Academy, I'm start with the same system. Friday, Saturday, I travel to the festival. Sunday, go back home because Sunday is for my family. So I organize 1 year, 1 season, 1 year calendar week every day. I have my calendar. I can tell you in 21 March where is my trip or house or no house or school or where. Yes.
And so what's your advice? I have a wife and children.
Yes.
But I'm not as busy as you. What's your advice to artists out there and entertainers who are trying to maintain marriage, family? How do you do it?
I think the same advice, if you are artist or not, or if you are a normal job. For me, I understand. I'm 42 years and I understand. When you stay in your house with your family, you need to stay there. Because if you are there but you are invisible, when you don't look me, right? If you are there but you're invisible, or you stay with your phone, or you stay with the television, and your kids say, okay, shut up, and it's not good. So you can stay less time, but this time is for them. This is the most important thing, I understand. So I travel a lot, okay? But when I come to my house, I stay with them. It's for them, for my wife and for my kids.
Okay, so, and you've been to Australia before?
1 time.
15 years ago?
I think 2005, around there.
Yes, so what are your impressions? You're not here for very long.
Yes.
What do you think of when you think of Australia?
Country, perfect 15 years ago, perfect today. I think the system here is perfect. I travel a lot, and less countries like perfect system, like maybe Switzerland, something like that. Switzerland and Australia fight for the first place. I think, yes, Very perfect. I love because, I am a good discipline in my work. And when I arrive to a place with discipline, because this country have discipline, I love. It's a big surprise for me because after 15 years, I said, okay, I don't know the level, for sure move on. But when I arrive here, I say, oh, wow, move on a lot. The people change a lot. The level change a lot. So I'm really happy for the Salsa World. And I think the teachers from here work really good in these 15 years.
And what other countries would you say has got a really good level of salsa outside of, Italy and the US?
Yes, I think Italy is the place with best level in the world. But why? Because many good teachers and famous dancers live there.
And I always find that interesting. Why do you think so many amazing dancers has chosen to live there?
This is a good question. And I don't know because I moved to Italy directly, so I don't choose Italy. My mom chose Italy for different things, no salsa things.
Is it a coincidence or is there something about living there?
I think because in Italy, different to Spain, Germany, Switzerland, and different things, Portugal and Europe places, you can do lessons, you can do shows, you can work in the salsa nightclubs. It's different works to do. In Spain, now it's like bachata, but for many years, like salsa, Spain is a good level with salsa. But the salsa clubs don't buy for the shows, don't buy for the... So doing a big parties, but don't invest in the shows. In Italy, for 25 years, the nightclubs, the salsa nightclubs, invest in the show.
So they pay the artists.
Pay for the show. Less or too much, depend of the name of the artist, but pay. Second thing, every discotheque, every salsa club have, we say, animation. Animation is taxi dancers and they do the animation time for the people. And this is a work too. So you choose Italy because this is an opportunity to work in the dance world. Second thing. Third thing, you can teach. Same Germany or other places. You can teach many schools. Fourth thing, private lessons. And, many things to choose Italy. And, Italy is here. Milan, Rome is it's a good place to travel.
Yes.
To many part of Europe.
Yes. Okay, and so you social dance a lot. You go everywhere and in the world. Who would be some of your favorite female salsa dancers to social dance with?
Females. Without my females,
excluding
my dancers.
Your team.
Whoa. Good question. I need Alien Ramirez. I love her. I love her because for me, she's from Cuba, but she dances everything. She dances really well. Puerto Rican style, Cuban style, LA style, lips, tricks, bachata, cha-cha-cha, rumba. She's amazing person. Everyone loves her in this world. She's mom now, so she stopped a little bit in this year. She's mom, and I love her. I love her like an artist, like a person. But it's amazing to dance with her because she adapts herself with every dancer. It's perfect. She compete with many big dancers. She win many titles. She win many competitions with different dancers. So this is amazing. She adapts to different persons.
And so somebody not necessarily famous, what do you enjoy in a social dance? What for you makes it a good experience with a female?
Contact. When it's not just follow my combination. When I feel I say the contraposition. So I put this energy and she put the same energy to the other side. For me, this is perfect. This is the perfect line. Doesn't matter the level of the lady. Is when the lady understand my energy and put the same energy and follow me, and we are one person in this moment.
And then what would you say to the male social dancers? What should they be focusing on to become an enjoyable partner for a lady?
For me, the most important thing is enjoy the salsa in this specific moment. This is the most important thing. If you go inside the social to do a competition, you can't enjoy, you can't dance well. To dance well, You need to enjoy. Social is social. Stage is stage. You need to understand this big difference.
And in a situation where, you go out social dancing
Yes,
and there are phones with lights everywhere.
I know.
How do you enjoy and relax when everyone is being, is filming and watching? And how do you deal with that?
I think 1 month ago, I post one social dance with Tati, and somebody writes in the comments under the video, say, hey man, you dance all the time with the same lady, and you dance all the time like a show or like a... And I say, listen, first thing, she's my dancer, my partner. And when I dance with her, people recording is not my choice. Okay. Second thing, many phones are there because they want to show. So it's not my personal moment to enjoy my social dance, but it's moment for my work. Okay. So for me, I have two different moments. When I enjoy my salsa dance, is with the romantic salsa with no cameras and less combinations. It's like follow the music, and this is my interpretation when I feel comfortable. But when you take your partner with good salsa and 10 phones start to recording, is work. You need to do the mini show because it's our life.
And that's something I think a lot of, beginner intermediate dancers forget, that when you're watching Terry on YouTube, there are cameras and phones and lights, and it's not a real social dance if he was just dancing by himself with a friend and relaxing. And how do you suggest regular students deal with this? Because obviously there is the desire to be good and do more complicated combinations and do more difficult things, but then we also then on the dance floor need to try and do less and learn to enjoy and learn to relax and learn to put the learning aside.
It's difficult to teach this. It's difficult to show them the way because they want cameras. They want, you start and you watch your teacher, you watch your favorite dancer, your famous dancer, say, I want to do like him, right? It's normal. But when you continue in this work and you choose this work like this is my job in this moment, it's a job. So you need to understand when you are a professional, in every moment is job. So you are sweat, you finish, it's 4 a.m, you are tired, and arrive the lady say, can you dance this salsa with me? Yes, because it's your job. I know you are tired. I know maybe you don't want. I know you finish your 30 salsas before then, but she don't know, and maybe she wait for this moment. She take courage to come to you to ask you, and maybe she wait 1 year to ask this salsa, to wait this salsa for you. You need to go. You need to say, because it's job. When you choose this way, you need to understand everything change. If you want to do one night to relax your mind, don't go to dance salsa. Go to dance another rhythm. Yes, because this is job. I don't know if it's the same thing in different jobs. If you go to your company, you wake up in the morning, you go inside and your boss say, okay, need to do this, the machine is this, touch this button, and you can say, okay, now I'm relaxed, I'm smoke my cigarette. No, you need to work. So when I'm in the festival, people pay me to do this. Okay, I love my job, I love the music, but sometimes in a festival, here in Australia is relaxed. I don't dance a lot because I dance a lot, but many countries, 3 hours in the social dance, and we are sweat, and the people continues, and I continues.
And I think that's important for people to remember. There's a difference between being a professional dancer,
yes,
and being
an
amateur dancer,
yes,
and a student and a hobbyist.
Yes.
And I think you're right. Sometimes people watch YouTube and they think, I want to do this.
That's what I told you. When you are amateur, you need to feel before your enjoy time, your secret is enjoy your salsa. And when you watch the possibility to arrive to do a professional, you can think another thing. But first part of your salsa life, you need to enjoy. If you go inside to the social to do competition or you want cameras and you are amateur, you don't understand nothing.
Okay, so last couple of questions. We're going to make these quick. So you are 42 and you're in amazing shape and you are famously vegan. Tell me a little bit about your approach to being healthy, your mind, your body, your training.
Yes, I'm start with a diet when I was 33, but not by hard diet, but to 31, 32, and 33, these 3 years, I changed my life, which I understand to go on, watch this professional, watch this soccer player, watch this actor, watch this. And, you read her life is a good life, good life, good life. Be careful with your body, be careful with your mind. And I understand this. So I start to follow a correct life, eat clean, don't eat ugly food and I start this. After you want more, you start to training and I finished 5 years ago to choose vegan life because, healthy, good life, good way. In this moment, I can answer you another thing because 5 years later, I understand I love the animals and respect the animals and I don't want one animal dead to give me food because I don't need. When the person say, how do you do proteins, muscles, energy? And I say, watch my videos. Do you think I don't have energy? Watch my shows. Do you think I don't have muscles? Watch my body when I post a picture without shirt. I don't know. I have everything. You need to understand. And when the people say, oh, you are vegan or vegetarian, oh, so you eat just tomato and no, man, we have food war. We have many things. You need to know. You need to know different proteins. You need to know different food, okay? But I start this way in a one way. I have in another way now because animals is the most important thing now after myself. And training and be careful with your age because for me, 20, you can do whatever you want. 25, you need to start to think maybe one thing. 30, everything change. 35, if you want continues with the same level, you need to change many things. 40, sacrifice completed. 41, 42, and over 40 is sacrifice every day to stay at the same level. I feel my group in this moment is a young people, right? It's a young generation. They are my competition. They are my inspiration. Because when you stay with young people, they are 20, 25, 23. It's easy for them. I need to sleep. I need to eat well. I need to training different like them. But for me, it's inspiration. For me, it's adrenaline too. So it's perfect. I spoke anytime with my wife, and I say, tell me when you watch one of my show and my energy is less than the last year or different, or I lost something. You need to tell me because I stopped my career. I go outside on stage. So if you watch Fernando Sosa on stage, because I can do tropical style, energy style, Fernando Sosa style, 43, 44, 45. If you watch me like a Fernando Sosa have 50 years and go on stage because it's same energy. When I can't, I stop. This is my vision. So for sure, good life with your food, training, sleep well, be careful with your body. So I have chiropractic one time a month, one time in 20 days. I do, do you know cryotherapy? Cryo is the cold, one time a week. Personal trainer for my training, good food, good life, no drugs, no alcohol. If you want a good look and body and head, you need to sacrifice.
That's good advice. Okay, last couple of questions. And you're also famous for your tattoos. Do they have significance? How do you...
Yes, many. 85% of my tattoo have a significance.
Maybe tell us about one of them.
One of the most important, kids, is here back. But the history is funny because many years ago, I go inside the tattoo store and I say, oh, hello, can you put the letters, right, of Yeah, and he started the tattoo and he speak, when he start, is my three kids. Oh, you are younger. So you are father? No, it's my future's three kids. So I put the names before them.
Wow.
Yes, this is a
So you,
particular history.
that's a good story.
Yes.
And so why and how did you decide to do that?
I don't know, because when I want something, I go to this way. I told you before.
How long before you had kids was this?
I think 3 or 4 years before the first one.
Had chosen the name.
Yes, I'm really honest with you. I choose 3 M, N, and C, but I think 2 names difference because, maybe 3 ladies and I need to switch something. So
Yeah.
I say 2 options for 1 letter, C,
Yeah.
I have, I don't know, Christian and Carolina.
Yes.
And because,
Yeah, of course. That's a good story. Okay, and so salsa on 1, salsa on 2.
Yes.
That's always a question, always a conversation. A lot of, in Australia, most people dance on 1.
Yes.
At some point later, they may discover on 2 and dance on 2. But there's always, a little bit of tension between the styles. I think one of the things that you have done, particularly in recent years with social media, is bridge that gap and show people that it doesn't matter.
The answer is easy. This interview is in English, right? If I can't speak, I speak bad, but I can do. So we do a 1-hour interview in English. So if you speak Spanish with me, I can do an interview in Spanish too. If you speak Italian, I can do an interview in Italian, right? So I have 3 possibilities to do the amazing interview or interested interview. So if you dance just on 1, you can dance just on 1 with people dance just on 1. You dance just on 2, same thing. If you dance on 1 and on 2, 2 different things to dance. Your mind is open a lot. The door is bigger. So for me, professional dancers need to dance on 1 and on 2. And you need to know how you can teach on 1 and on 2. I dance always on 1, but Adolfo in his congress asked me to dance on 2, and I love because my brand is on 1, but I dance on 2. Every dancer of my company, my Tropical Jam, need to know both times. I'm performing with Adolfo on 2. So it's important. After you can follow what do you feel better, but you need to know many things. So on 1, on 2, son, a little bit of rumba, a little bit of Afro, many things is important for.
And if you're not, and what about for the amateur dancers, the students out there?
They need to start in 1 way. And when the teacher, in my academy, I have different levels. When they arrive to super advanced, is the level high, we try many things on 2. And I try to teach them dance on 1, change on 2, and return on 1. I'm trying many things. Maybe is better for them to understand, and when they go to take 1 lesson on 2 with another teachers, they know what happened. It's my responsibility.
And so what's your preferred timing? Obviously you've danced on 1 most of your life. And why? How do you kind of explain your passion for the style?
I feel comfortable on 1 because I start with the lay style, with the Vasquez brothers, but after I follow my way on 1, I think me and Tropical, we change a little bit the concept of 1 because 1 start with the lay style, with the power, and I think we put in many years the flavor of New York, but on 1, the Tropical is, the mix with the Cuban, and so I love this. We can mix maybe the time with the style of another time. I love this. So I feel comfortable on 1. But when the ladies on the social say, can we dance on 2? Sure. I love 2.
And what are some of your favorite songs?
I love Rubén Blades. I love this singer. For me, he's the best in the world. I traveled to Puerto Rico just to watch him in a concert. So I love him. I'm really fans of him. So you choose 1 song of him and I love. So I use my playlist is, many songs of this amazing artist, Ruben Blades.
So just to finish up then, if we had this conversation in 10 years' time,
yes,
what's your dream? What do you hope in your life and
52.
in the salsa industry and in your personal life? What do you hope to see?
Good question. For sure, my business in this moment, so Tropical Jam, school, and salsa nightclub, same level to stay. Maybe I'm a choreographer and the young generation of Tropical Jam move on, but I don't want to lose this. So this objective is so important. And I want to create many new things. Maybe 1 movie more, 2 movies more, maybe 3 movies more, or a series. I don't know, but ambitions. Yes, for sure. And I have, with my wife, we invest in different things outside the salsa world. And for me, it's important for the rest of my life. So continues to take opportunity to invest the money to do something well outside the salsa world. So, it's not just salsa.
Any other thoughts or comments that you would like to make to the world? Because, particularly the English-speaking world who may not hear you or all that often on your social media.
Yes, I wanna tell something. Salsa world, no salsa world, people from this world or not, respect the other people because, Salsa Nama is a fight, right? But the concept of Salsa Nama is 2 minutes, 40 seconds to battle with you. But when the battle finish, I need to say thank you. I need to smile and the battle is finished. I think in this life, I don't know if it's the money, the problem. I don't know if it's the people want the power. I don't know, but we don't respect the planet. We don't respect the animals and we don't respect the other humans. And this is a big problem for our house because we live here and I don't know, egoísta, in Spanish is egoísta, I don't know in English, because the people think to front of my face and that's it. They don't work in years. You tell me about 10 years, but what happened in 50 years? Maybe I don't hear my songs, yes. And what happened with the sound of my songs? So we need to watch. And we need to watch with the perspective, with our planet, with the other persons. So feel this life, not just to think in you, but in the other person around you. This is my advice.
Thank you so much. I think this has been really, interesting and nice for people to hear your thoughts.
Thank you.
And to have some ideas and talk about some concepts that people are probably thinking about but don't get to hear from you. So really appreciate your time. I know you're very tired and you haven't slept very much.
And pass me the interview because, many people, you told me something special. Many people speak just English and follow me but not understand my histories. I speak Spanish, Italian, and in this case, it's perfect for this.
Absolutely. And so where can people find you if they want to follow you? Where?
Instagram, the Fernando Sosa, and Facebook, Fernando Sosa is the page.
Amazing.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Bye, guys.